I do want to talk about another controversial Disney
Mm,
thing. Since we're on the controversial Disney bandwagon
yeah.
right now, 2019 saw the debut of the Photopass boxes. And it kind of got buried because shortly after the Photopass boxes happened, we
Mhm.
got COVID and Disney shut down. So that's taken the headlines. But before that happened, there was a protest that gathered even like 100,000 signatures of
Yeah.
people speaking out against the boxes because they're afraid it was going to cost so many PhotoPass jobs. How did the PhotoPass boxes change your job?
There's a lot of cool perspectives on it. So when the PhotoPax boxes were launching, I was actually on a temporary assignment in entertainment scheduling. So I was actually scheduling all these trainers for it. And I was like, what is this? But I had a lot of friends that worked in the area and like I loved PhotoPass personally. Like in any line of business, there's always going to be like bad cast members, but I generally enjoyed, I would say, almost all the PhotoPass people I worked with. And so I was on a temporary assignment. So I was only at scheduling for 7 months. And I went back to characters for 3 months before I went back to a different scheduling thing. So I didn't have to deal with any of like the training or all of like the pre stuff. But Launch Bay, where I spent a lot of my time with Chewbacca, was where the PhotoPass boxes were. So I left Launch Bay. Like my last day was at Launch Bay. I left it and was like, oh, bye PhotoPass, bye attendant. Started back at Launch Bay and I was like, oh, there's no PhotoPass. There's this box. On paper, like the box sounds like it would work pretty well. I think in all actuality, it didn't work very well. There's a lot of guest training, like guests are responsible for scanning their magic band. And like because Disney is go, 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 if they walk out and they don't scan their magic band and then, oh, wait, we want those pictures. And they go to the box to that's outside the location. So there's two boxes. So there's one that takes your picture and then a box where you just scan your magic band. And their photos are going to be gone. Like they have to do it right away. So it's training guest behavior, which is so challenging. And then a lot of times guests just didn't notice the boxes, which was they'd be like, what's going on? And like it just pushed a lot more work on the attendant. As a performer, honestly, it didn't really affect me. Like it was one less person in the room. So it wasn't like I loved PhotoPass. I loved playing off their energy. Um, but those PhotoPass boxes, there was one time this box made this like really weird noise and then all the smoke started coming from it. And I was coordinating that day and I was like, Darth Vader, we're gonna go somewhere else. Thankfully Launch Bay, you have a couple different places to hide for both the light side and dark side. And then I one of the most awful things that's honestly ever happened was with Chewbacca, and this man was like in a walker, and like his family was just overwhelmed, like they were just doing other things, and like his walker just like fell over, and so he collapsed on the ground and is like struggling to get up, and his family's just watching him, and I'm like, so like 5 seconds after Chewbacca goes to help him up because I'm like, are you guys just gonna watch him? But these boxes take pictures every 2 seconds, so I was like, these guests now have like 4 pictures of their poor grandpa, uncle, whatever, like struggling to get up.
That's
Um,
so sad.
it was a lot. Yeah, it pushed a lot on the attendant because like the attendant is trying to like train the guests on how the boxes work, which obviously take time. The guests are distracted because they see a character. Um, so like Launch Bay worked because it was set up really well. I don't know. I don't think the photos were that great. I have so many great photos from PhotoPass. So like I miss PhotoPass A from the personal touch and B, I think they just got better photos. On the flip side though, probably to save money, right? Cut down on labor. The other side of it too is PhotoPass actually has the most injuries of any other line of business.
Oh, I
Because
didn't
so
know
many,
that.
repetitive motions. Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
wrist. Like I have a really good friend who's been PhotoPass for like 6 years, and like her body is like I like she's like, what is going on? So the idea behind it was like, oh, like less people doing this dangerous position. So there's a multitude of reasons. I think again, efficiency, tech from a technology standpoint. Look at our cool technology, but I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you're not getting that great of photos. But what I was told, I don't know if this part is true. I know the injuries part is true. I was told that people mostly buy like pictures in front of the castle, pictures in front of the ball. Like character photos are actually like the least downloaded. So it's kind of like if we're not making money, why are we doing it? So I kind of
Yeah,
get
I mean,
that
that's a very fair
perspective.
point.
But at the same
Um,
time, like people like to propose in front of the characters and like
did you
a
ever have
box
any
is not going
proposals?
I did. Yeah, I had one time. It was really great. And as a character, the characters don't want to be in the pictures just in case the proposal goes south. So like I was like, oh, like they're proposing. And then I was like, oh, I should not be in the middle of this. I'm gonna step to the side. That was really
I don't know
sweet.
if that's the photo pass box that I want of like
Yeah.
which character are you hanging out with?
Chewbacca just
So
trying
that
to
I
run
mean
out.
that's the photo right there. You have Chewbacca standing there as I just let's paint the picture here, like the "I
Yeah.
love you, I know" shirts, and
Yes.
Chewbacca's there in the background, and it's a rejection, and the photo pass box catches every second
Snap,
of it.
snap.
Just
Yep. Yep.
perfection right there.
So those are always fun. And then I had like a pregnancy announcement, but like it was later in the day. So like the kids were exhausted. And the mom's like, you're gonna have a baby sibling. And all three of the kids were like, what? And I don't know. I mean,
Oh, those poor kids.
oh, I do remember their dog's name was Chewbacca. So they were like, let's have the real Chewbacca with us when we tell them, I guess. I don't know. That was
Oh,
funny. But
I mean that's
there
cute
was
still.
proposals are funny. There was one other proposal. I was not performing, but I was hanging out with Mickey Mouse. And two men, and he proposed, and the other one was like, I mean, I guess.
Oh, that's a really hard
And
to fill. Where were
yeah,
you hanging out
Mickey
with Mickey
Mouse.
at?
I was at Townsquare Theater, so I was Mickey's
So
vocal
where
coach.
that's what I was saying. I'm like, this is talking Mickey. So what does Mickey say
Hmm.
to I guess?
Mickey just smiled. So Mickey
Rightfully
had the
so.
ability. Working Town Square Theater back when it was, magic words talking Mickey, I had the ability to help Mickey out and, essentially tell him what he should say because, Mickey Mouse is a mouse, so he's still learning what it's like to be around humans. So yeah. Mickey just smiled. He did not. And then they left and Mickey said
Yes.
bye. And Mickey moved
That
on. And I was
perfection.
like,
That is
we're not gonna say anything else, Mickey, because I got Mickey in trouble one time.
how did you get Mickey in trouble?
this, this woman and her family came in. She was just annoying. And like this is again like me just probably working too many hours and like just wanting to be done with work. I remember she was the last family of the set. So I was gonna have a nice like lunch after and it was going late because of her. And like she was annoying. And she leaves. And I was like, okay, like I can get up. And then she comes back in and I was like, what are you doing here? And she left her bag. And then she was like, I'm such a hot mess. And I could tell Mickey to say certain things. So I was like, oh, Mickey, like, we should tell them that's just what I was going to say. So she says, I'm a hot
Oh
mess. And
no.
Mickey says, that's just what I was going to say. And for like 5 seconds, me, the photo pat, I was like, oh my God, Robert, why did you do that? And then thankfully the lady laughs and it's like, I love Disney World. And I was like, but for 5 seconds, I was like, ooh. I was
There
like,
went
maybe
my
that
joke.
wasn't there. Yeah, I was like, maybe that was not the best choice. But yeah.
I love
Uh,
that though.